Hello Libra, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead. How are you, Libra? Thank you so much for clicking here. And let's take a look at the oracles that we have set up for the week ahead. So Libra, I'm always reading for the week ahead. Whether you get this today, tomorrow, or next year, it's a general reading. It's not going to resonate for all of you today. Some of you are not on this timeline, right? So it may resonate with you. And if it does, I hope that you'll tell me in the comments. Libra, thanks for showing up here and all the love that you show on this channel. I appreciate your thumbs up and you growing this tribe. Thanks so much for your views, your clicks. Let's find out what's going on for you, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. If you're brand new, welcome here. I hope you'll stay. Let's find out what's going on here for Libra. Tell me about Libra for the week ahead, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter on this eve of the full moon in Sagittarius. We've got time to go. Bottom of the deck says new life. Oi, just like that, huh? Just like that. Like, I'm out of here. I'm the heck out of here. Yep, that's what it looks like. You're heading for the door. Look at that. Heading for the door. It's like you know that there's nothing left in the cycle that you're in right now. There's nothing left there. There's nothing left to say. There's nothing left to do. You can see that this person is sort of fading away as they're running across the bridge toward the door. They know that this timeline, this wormhole is closing in on itself. This timeline, there's nothing left for you there. It's time for you to head to the new life. I feel like this comes on the heels of a lot of maybe inward work. Looking at the self. We've got card number 45, which is a 9. That's Hermit energy in the tarot. And so it feels like you've really gone over the self, I want to say, realizing what's good for you, Libra. Not what's good for them, but what's good for you. What's going to give you balance in your life? What is going to give you justice? It feels like you are liberating yourself from an old cycle. I don't know that you really have a choice. I'm just going to say it feels like the old, I was going to say, as you're running down the hall, it's all closing in on itself. Like, and caving in on itself. It feels like there's nothing left there for you to do. We do have a new life, and I feel like the reason that you're leaving, time to go, the reason that you're leaving the last cycle is because you know that there is something new for you out here. We do have card number 12, right? It's a 39, 12, and we do have the new life energy here. Now, it's a new healing life. We've got a lot of amethyst here, right? Amethysts are about healing. It feels like you are waking from a slumber, my friend. That's what it feels like with this time to go here. It's like you woke up one day and you're like, I'm the heck out of here. Why am I living in this place? Why am I in this city? Why am I in this job? It feels like somebody is making some sort of really big decision after exchanging gifts with the universe. It feels like the universe reached out to you and you reached back, and I feel like you wake up in the morning and you're like, you know what? I'm just going to call the realtor. I'm done with this. That's what it feels like. Or I'm just going to leave this apartment. I'm just going to find the new lease. Maybe it's a job. Maybe you're just going out in a blaze of glory here. What else do we need to know about Libra, please? We have resolving issues. So that's what I think that this time to go is about. I feel like you've resolved everything you can resolve. You've said all the things. You've done all you can do. You've solved the inner conflict. It feels like you no longer need whatever is back here in this cycle here. Healing, you've already healed the past traumas. There's nothing left to do there. It's time for the new cycle, the new chapter of the new life. And look, we do have a full moon today and things are coming to a close. You know, full moons are always about what we can release. It's always about the energy of releasing something. And tomorrow is the full moon. Actually, this might come out on the morning of the full moon. I've got a leap of faith. So that's what it is. You're taking a risk here, stepping into the beauty of the unknown, which I think is the new life. And so you're like, I don't know what's out there, but I'm not staying here. Things are not, there's nothing else here for me. Communicate, receive, and express the truth. I feel like you're being honest with yourself. You're honest with people around you, and it's just time for you to go. You're taking some sort of a leap of faith, heading to through that door there. Let's find out what else is going on for you, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Give me some details about what this is about. Tell me about this time to go, resolving issues, and a leap of faith. Tell me. Tell me about Libra. All right. We have the Eight of Wands. So you are out of there. You're hightailing out of there. We got the Ten of Cups in the reserve, resolving issues. You know what it feels like? It feels like you are leaving a connection, a marriage, a place where it could be a mental thing, right? It could be an energetic thing. I feel like you wake up one morning and you're like, okay, I'm done with that. Let's go. And it feels like with the Ten of Cups in the reverse, that it feels like you've resolved some sort of issue of delusionment. It's like maybe I was in this disillusionment sort of energy of, yeah, they're going to come back, or yeah, it's going to come back together, or maybe you couldn't let go of the person, place, thing, whatever somebody said. Maybe it was the bestie, whatever it is. But I feel like you've solved the conflict within yourself here, and you've decided, you know what, I'm good with it. I'm good with these 10 cups pouring out. I'm fine, and I'm just going to move forward here. What are you taking a risk on? We've got the Six of Swords. I kind of like that. You're in transition. It's a transitional move away from the Ten of Cups in the reverse, where you realize there was nothing left there. It wasn't making you happy. This, in fact, when you looked at it really close, you realize that this definitely is not my Ten of Cups. And maybe it may have been, or maybe it may have looked like that when you first got into the situation. But I feel like after being in this Hermit energy here and being in your intuition, healing intuition, because we've got amethyst energy here, it feels like you made a realization. It's just time to go. So this thus begins the transition of you taking a risk, stepping into the beauty of the unknown of your life here. We've got the Eight of Wands and time to go. Yep. You're just telling somebody, communication, I'm out. I'm just going. Whether it's the roommate or the person you were living with, maybe it's the marriage, maybe it's the friendship, I'm out of here. I'm done with this. I feel like that's the Queen of, whenever I'm reading for Libra, I'm always got the Queen of Swords in my head, and it feels like the Queen stands up and things are falling off her lap. It's almost like she had become part of the throne, and it feels like she's like breaking out of the throne, standing up and saying, it's time for me to go. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to stand up for myself for once and put my boundaries in place. And so whether you're the feminine or the masculine, I could be talking about you. We do have the Five of Pentacles. You are out. Everything tells me you're ready for disconnection. You're going to tell this person that I no longer feel good here. You don't make me feel good. It feels like I am giving something up, or it feels like we never have enough money. It feels like there's a lot of things here that you are moving away from. I want to say with the Eight of Wands going into the future and the Five of Pentacles being here, I don't feel good here anymore. And that's why it is time to go. Five of Pentacles is like we're just sort of passing ships in the night anyway. Like, I don't see you, you don't see me, we don't connect to each other anymore. We do have the Page of Swords. It's a lesson learned. I like it, but I think you're at the beginning of the lesson. I'm just going to be honest, Libra. I feel like this is the beginning of the lesson for you. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. It's the beginning of you being more confident, standing up for yourself and saying, you know what? I've always done whatever I can do to keep everyone around me balanced, and I feel like that's a Libra trick. You don't want to get into the argument. You don't want to get into the fight. Whatever you're going to say, you're going to be very diplomatic, but you're going to say it honestly and truthfully. It feels like with the Page of Swords here, you've learned another way. I feel like you're finally just going to detach from whatever it is that I'm talking about. For you, it's going to be different for all of you. And the Nine of Pentacles is here saying, I've got the confidence to do it. I know I can do it on my own. I can be single and be confident and be abundant. And it feels like what happens here is when you detach from whatever's back there, whether it's spiritual or emotional, or maybe it's a thought pattern. It feels like when you detach from it, you really go through the glow up period, is what it feels like here with the Nine of Pentacles. You really go through a glow up period. And that's what comes when you decide to just disconnect, you decide to go. So the issue that's come to a resolve within you is like, I wasn't happy there anyway. There's no reason for me to stick around. Why would I stick around when I wasn't happy there anyway? Tell me about the Ten of Cups in reverse for Libra. We've got the World card. It's done deal. Yeah, it sure is. So the world card, of course, is an accomplishment or a milestone, though. So I feel like this is something that you've been trying, a thought pattern you've been trying to leave, trying to disconnect from their energy, trying to disconnect from thinking about them. It feels like whatever it is, trying to leave the job. It could be that. It feels like the world card is here to say this is really a big milestone for you, a huge accomplishment that you let the 10 cups. I feel like you're running around filling up the 10 cups, and then they were pouring out. It feels like all 10 cups now have poured out all at once, and as you stand there and look at everything that you've lost, you realize that you have much more to gain than you ever had to lose. It feels like it took you a really long time to do this because this is all the fixed signs, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo. And it took you a very long time to resolve the issues within yourself, to realize that this was not making you happy, whatever it is. Ooh, the Wheel of Fortune. You're pulling the big guns here. And the Three of Pentacles. So look, it feels like you come to this place within the self where you've realized that it's you need stability. You need stability. It may have been a friend who put it in your ear. It may have been a friend who you're moving forward with. Maybe a friend is supporting you as you are leaving a marriage or leaving whatever this is in the past. It's going to be different, I guess I said, for all of you. We do have the Wheel of Fortune here. This is a really big turn of events. This cycle is over. The cycle is over finally. And I feel like you are moving on to a new place. And the new place, I feel, is a new network, a new friend group, a new community. It really does feel like you're moving from somewhere. It feels like you've learned your lesson. So it feels like, it feels like a place where finally you get treated as though you have worth, like the Nine of Pentacles here. This group of people are people who are treating you as though you do have worth, because you do. I feel like this leap of faith feels a little bit terrifying for you because it is going to rock your balance for a little bit, but I feel like it is necessary as you transition away from the Ten of Cups. So as you leave the Ten of Cups, which is wherever the place was you thought you were happy, that you are no longer happy with anymore. Feels like the Six of Swords being here tells me that this is the transitional state. We've got the Ace of Swords. The reason you're leaving is because you don't trust it. You don't trust the person. You don't trust the thought pattern anymore. It's like you were lying to yourself. It feels like finally when the Ace of Swords shows up, you're being very honest and truthful with yourself. You receive some sort of clarity. I'm going to say you wake up from a slumber is what it feels like. You were sort of in this place where I feel that you were doing things for everybody else around you. And I feel like it's time for you to get out of that. It's time for you to wake up. I think you've had an awakening is what it really does feel like with the World card and the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like it's a really big change of events that brings you some balance and stability. Like you'll feel it immediately. Immediately, I feel that you get this stability and this balance here. The Three of Swords is here. Look at all these swords. I'm just saying. 6, Ace, 3. Oh, 10. Yeah. Charlie just said 10. So we've got 6 and 3 and 1 is 10. So you're out. And I feel like this is not an easy transition for you. This is really painful for you. Leaving whatever it was behind is really painful for you. But you are taking this leap of faith into the new life here. We do have the 8 of Cups. And so it's this place where you've just realized you've got to use your discernment and you have to detach. You have to detach emotionally in order to make this decision, which accounts for all of these swords, all 10 of them. So the 10 is rock bottom, right? It does, like we all have to get, if you're going to get to rock bottom, just roll over, flip on your back, look up. It's the only place you got to look, right? You might as well look up. And so I feel like this 6 of Swords here is telling me that the transition for you is super hard. That all of this is some stuff that you're not sure of, because we do have taking a risk here and jumping into the unknown. So it feels like all of this is not stuff that you had planned to do, but it is a realization after waking up from your slumber that you have to do it. So I left a space here because we are going to look at what might be coming up, not only just in the week ahead, but the week after that. So what comes after the week of that? Comes after the week ahead, I should say. We've got the Page of Wands. You are on your new path, and we have the Ace of Cups. Well, that's really beautiful. So listen, it's going to be a bit of a tough week next week as you're transitioning out of what you thought was your happiness and moving away from that, moving away from the chaos that you had created in your mind. Like, it feels like you kept yourself there, even though you were living in poverty, or even though you weren't making much money. Maybe it was a job that you're leaving. It feels like you felt disconnected there. You didn't feel connected to anyone there. But I think that after this really hard week, what comes up is really beautiful with the Ace of Cups and the Page of Wands, because you do take the leap of faith. You throw the wand in the air and say, tell me where I'm going. You just leave it up to the universe and say, look, I'm just going to take a risk. I'm going to take a leap of faith. And I feel like it works out really lovely because the Ace of Cups is here. We've got the Six of Wands. We've got the Hermit energy, which we started with over here, and the Queen of Cups. So it feels really good within you as you make this change. And that's how you're going to know you've made the right step forward, or you've made the change that is best for you, because you'll feel good about it. We've got the Six of Wands, victory. People are cheering you on. It's like nobody in your life wanted to say, or maybe they did and you didn't hear it, but they were saying, look, maybe this is not the place for you. You need to leave. It's like the people who are just waiting for you to get unbalanced enough for a moment to be able to make a decision to go are the people who show up, and they are your biggest supporters here. They want to see you in your victory, lap here. We've got the Hermit energy. And so it feels like you finally feel balanced again inside, because the Hermit is the meditation part of it, right? It's going in for self-preservation reasons. And I feel like what you find there is the Queen of Cups, that you really are beautiful and compassionate and kind. And you finally realize that there was somebody here who was mistreating you, misusing you, or mishandling you. I'm going to put down 3 cards here, Libra. We are going to go into the extension. I've been doing that with all the readings. So if you'd like to be in the extension with us, please look at the pinned comment that is below, directly below this video. There is the first comment that is pinned to the top of all of the comments. In that comment, there is a link that is a join area. You can hit that link to join us in the membership area to look at this extension. Just above that, there is all the information that you need to book a private reading with me if that's what you want to do. So the private readings are live. They can be live if you choose them to be live with me. And I'm also doing pre-recorded readings. So I'm going to put down 3 cards. We're going to see what we're going to talk about in the extension, aside from all of this, because we're going to clarify that as well. Tell me what else we're going to talk about in the extension. We're going to talk about temperance. The 9 of Cups. Oh, I like that. And the 5 of Swords. So it does feel like you did something, Libra, and you needed to win at all cost. And it feels like you did. You knew that this was it. This was it. This was the last leap. This is the last thing I'm going to do for myself. I've got to do this thing for myself. Temperance shows up with the moment of alchemy. And I really love that, because the World card and the Wheel of Fortune are here. The big hitters, right? And so the universe says, it's okay, go. Go, Libra, I've got you. Temperance is here. 9 of Cups, all it's going to give you is the happiness that you deserve. And you're going to realize on this new journey, in this new life, once you are healed with all this amethyst energy, lots of purple here, right? Third eye is opening. I feel like we've got pink. We've got you getting information from the universe. We've got a lot of lavender here, which means this is all really healing. We've got the 9 of Cups, and it tells me that you realize then that you never really needed anyone external to you to tell you that you were to what to do and where to stay and what to go, where to go and what to do. You never needed that. The 5 of Swords is here, and you realize that you just had to win this at any cost, that you owed it to yourself. And I feel like the feelings you get in not the week ahead, but the week after that, confirm that you did the right thing. So if you'd like to come into the extension, I'd love to see you there. But if this is where we part, that's cool. I'll be back anyway to give you more readings. You guys take care. Thank you, Libra, for being here. I appreciate you. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. You guys take care. Bye-bye.